Alright, today's going to be fairly short and to the point. Today's objective, we are just pretty much creating Predicates Part 2, which includes these blocks right here. First, we're going to check if a number is an integer. This predicate will give out true, the Boolean true, if the number is an integer or a whole number, and it'll give out false if it's not. I'll show you that right now. Also, we're going to make this one where we can check if a number is divisible by another number. Again, giving true if it is and false if it isn't. We are going to create this block that gives true if the number that's put right here is even, and another block or a predicate that will give out true if the number that we put in here is odd. I'm going to take you through some of these steps, but you're going to have to figure out the final steps for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First off, I am going to go with the even and odd blocks, and I'm going to get you started on that. I am going to go into operators because that's the folder I want to keep this block. Press plus, make a block, and here I'm going to choose predicate. Right? Again, a predicate. What does a predicate do? It allows you to output a Boolean, which is a true or false statement, right? Depending on what the operator is. So here I'm going to put, let's start off with even, because that's what I want to check. Press OK. And I'm going to make a quick parameter here with just the letter A, or you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put num for a number. I'll press OK. And then here it's asking me, what do I want to report? I'm going to give you a clue. We're going to go ahead and use mod, and we're going to use the equal sign. Alright, we're going to use mod, and we're going to use the equal sign. I want you to play around with this, and what you should get is a block that at the end I can go ahead and add a number, let's say 2, click on it, and it'll give me true because that number is even. I should be able to click maybe, or type in 3, click on that block, and it should give me false because that number is odd, right? Just another quick hint, just think about it. If the result of a mod number is 1 or if it's 0, then that must mean that that original number is either true or false. Alright, so that's as far as I'm going to take you on the even block. Now, for the odd block is going to be pretty much the same, where I create this predicate. I'm going to call it odd. Okay, I'm going to add my num next to it. And this, again, is going to use mod. And this equals, right? Again, play around with this and make it to where the result will give you true if the number is odd, and it'll give you false if the number is even. Again, just want you to think about it a little bit, where if the result of a mod operation on two numbers is 1, then that number must be what? Right? Again, play around with it, and you should get something like this, where I can put in a 1, I should get true. I could put in maybe a 4, I should get false. Alright, now we're going to work on the integer one. Actually, let's work on the divisible by. I'm going to go here, press cancel here, press plus. Obviously, you're not going to press cancel, you're going to save the blocks once you're done with them. You're going to press plus, and you're going to type in, or click on predicate. You're going to type in is divisible by. I'm going to press OK. And here I'm going to put num2, and on this side I'm going to put num1. Press OK there, and again I'm going to take my mod, and I'm going to take my equal sign. This is as far as I'm going to take you. I want you to think about it and say, if I divide two numbers and the result is 1, then that must mean that the number is or isn't divisible by each other, right? Or sorry, that num1 is or isn't divisible by num2. Now, if I take num1 mod num2 and I get a 0, does that mean that the number is or isn't divisible by num2? All right, so play around with that one. You should get something where you have a number is divisible by, let's say 5. Is 5 divisible by 2? The answer is no. Well, you can divide it, but you won't get an integer, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Is it going to be an integer? I'm going to say, click on this. It should say false. It is not fully divisible by 2. If I have a 10, is that divisible by 2? I should get true, right? And it should work like this with any number. By 20, true, right? 21, false. All right. Lastly, we're going to work on the integer one. On the integer one, you're going to type in, again, predicate, integer. I'm going to press OK. And you're going to ask if this thing is an integer. Let me just change this again because I want to put the question mark. It's asking. All right. And I'm going to put num1 here. Press OK. And I'm going to now use, I want to see if the number is a whole number. For this one, this round is going to be useful, and the equal sign is going to be useful. Right? Now I want you to think about, when I round out a number, is it equal to the original input number? For example, if I go in here and I put integer and I take 3.2, is the number that it's going to round off to equal to the 3.2? No, right? But let's say I put a 4. Is the number that I round off to going to be equal to the 4? Yes, right? Because 4 is equal to 4. Again, if I put 5.7, is this number going to equal to the number it rounds off to? No. But if I put 6, is that number going to round off to the number it rounds off to? Yes. All right, so there's your clue right there. You should have these 4 blocks already made, or you should have these 4 blocks made by the end of the period. You're going to turn them into the forms, and that is going to be it for today. You might have one open-ended question, but that is it.